Hello everybody, this is GoG73 here with some news. Quite a few months have passed since my last channel update, and a few changes to it are on their way, some of which people may be interested to know about. Therefore, I figured I'd share some of those updates here in the meantime, so let's get started. First off, before I go any further, a quick little heads up since a special time of the year is upon us. I will be attending G-Fest this year, and I will be screening something during either, or both if I'm lucky, the music video and the amateur video contests. So for those of you who are coming as well, keep your eyes peeled for something special at those contests in particular. What is it? Well, I'll be discussing that last. First off, the color timer reviews. I just wanted to let everyone know in advance that due to G-Fest falling on one of the dates in which episodes get released on, Episode 34, entitled A Gift from the Sky, is going to be delayed by a week. The review for it will be posted on the 21st instead, since that should give me enough time to recuperate and get back in the rhythm of these reviews. Additionally, as some of you have been noticing, the series has now reached its 33rd episode, with only 6 episodes remaining of the original series. For anyone who is curious as to where the series will be going once the original show is done, I'm pleased to announce that I will be covering Ultra 7 as well, since it too is celebrating its 50th anniversary. However, more news on when the series will be covering those episodes will be released at a later time, since I have some arrangements I need to take care of before I can start reviewing that series. Next, we have Patreon updates. All the pledge amounts are still the same as before, but 2 options in particular have had its rules updated to possibly spark some interest for people who wish to pledge. First off, the $10 pledge option rules have changed. Since some Ultra Series episodes have canon to them that would require watching the series from start to end to understand certain events, I have decided to remove the Color Timer Reviews episode choice until further notice. In place of this gap, I have decided that backers are now entitled to triannual Superpower Showcase videos. What this means is that anyone who sticks to the pledge option for more than 4 months at a time are now entitled to reorder a Superpower Showcase video of their choice. For example, if somebody pledged to me in January, they are entitled to one Superpower Showcase for that month. If that person sticks to that option, they are allowed to reorder another Superpower Showcase again in May, and later on in September, and so on and so on and so forth. Basically, once every 4 months for continued support, people are allowed to order a new video, if they wish. Second, the $20 pledge option rules have changed as well, being the most amount for people to pledge to me for. In addition to being entitled all of the options as the lower amounts, anyone who donates this amount is now not only entitled to being given a Godzilla and His Amazing Friends t-shirt, but now members get early access to Godzilla and His Amazing Friends' inner workings, such as getting to see episode clips early in advance, and being given the option to voice their input on where the series should go if they so wish. Now keep in mind that when I say this does not mean that this is total control of where the series will go, but more or less you get to see where it will be going, and you get to share any advice you may have for the series in general. And for those of you who have pledged to donate to either of these amounts previously, you were entitled to these changes as well, so that way you don't get ripped off or something. Speaking of which, now onto some news that people might be interested to know about. The status of Godzilla and His Amazing Friends. First off, for anyone who may or may not know, I have decided that until I can resume work on the special, I have marked the trailer for Gathering of the Kings as unlisted. Since the special isn't being worked on at the moment, I don't think promoting it while the project is essentially collecting dust is the right choice of actions, and I don't want to lead people into thinking it's being worked on when it isn't. So for anyone who does want to see the trailer still, you can find the link for it on the series' own Facebook page, as well as on my Twitter profile. And for anyone who wants to know when I can resume work on it, until there is a 3D model of the special's monster, Goldross, that is available for the program in which I will be making the special in from now on when I do resume work on it, unfortunately, it's still stuck where it is until further notice. Second, and more importantly, episode 18 of the series, entitled Belly of the Beast, has finally finished its second phase, the shooting phase, and I am proud to announce that its third phase, the photoshopping phase, has now begun. For anyone who has pledged to me on Patreon, your support has been very helpful so far, and your continued support is more helpful and important now more than ever. And for anyone who is possibly interested in pledging to me, this is the phase in which I started Patreon for in the first place. So from here on out, the funds I've raised so far will be going to those who have agreed to help me with this part of the series' episodes, with a few minor exceptions that I've announced prior. I am also pleased to announce that, depending on the release date of this episode, and something else I have in mind for next year, in addition to still using figures, this particular episode will mark a first for the series, and that is partial usage of MMD, which leads me to the last subject I wanted to announce. Getting back to my attendance at this year's G-Fest, the project in particular that will be screened at the con will be my first major project I made with MMD so far, and that is a 3D animated adaptation of Max Landis's The Anguirus Song. The project will debut at G-Fest, and the music video itself will be posted onto YouTube sometime around the con as well. Before or after, it is still being debated at this time. This short video will mark the beginning of a new style of filmmaking for me, and I hope that you will all enjoy it, since I plan on making more content similar to it in the future, once I get a hang of the program, which I'm still learning about as we speak. And so that does it for this recent announcement. I hope you all enjoy what is to come to this channel, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, see you all at G-Fest!